This is GATE 2012 electrical question number 47. A single phase 10 kVA 50 Hz transformer with 1 kV primary winding draws 0.5 ampere and 55 watt at rated voltage and frequency on no load. A second transformer has a core loss with its linear dimensions √2 times the corresponding dimensions of the first transformer. The core material, lamination thickness, all are same in both the transformers. The primary winding of both the transformers have the same number of turns. If rated voltage of 2 kV at 50 Hz is applied to the primary of the second transformer, then the no load current and power are being asked. Now see, useful data that you will be needing while doing this problem. Scale, dimension by lambda. So that means if length of transformer 1 was L1, length of transformer 2 will be lambda L1. If width was W1, then in second case W2 will be lambda times W1. If H was H1, then W3 will was H1, then H2 will be lambda times H1. So this is for transformer 1 and this is for transformer 2. Now you see, reluctance of transformer is equal to 1 by mu L C by AC, where LC is length of core and AC is area of core. So now if you scale by lambda, length of core, that is the total perimeter of the core. If it was total L previously, then in the second case it will be R2 equal to 1 by mu. Mu will be same. Now length of core will be √2 times LC, but area is this one, you see, right? This is the area. That is, if you cut this core, you will find this area. That is cross-sectional area. What will be it? It will be this length into this length. That is the width into this length into height. Right? So this is the height and I can say this is the width. So now both are √2 times now. So area is 2 times previous area. So what I can draw the relation, that is R2 is becoming 1 by mu LC by AC multiplied by 1 by √2. So reluctance 2 is 1 by √2 times reluctance 1. In the given problem, because lambda is √2 in the given problem. Now another information what you need while solving this problem is that you need the phasor diagram. So if this is the no load current I0, this is flux, this is voltage, so very less will go to I omega, and this is I magnetizing. So Im equal to V by Xm and IW equal to P0 by V, because voltage into current is the actual power in watts. This is because of this transformer R0, and this is magnetizing inductance through which the no load current is flowing. Now obviously R naught is much greater than X naught. That is why most of the currents are flowing in the magnetizing current, and this is the I omega, which is in phase with the voltage. So you need to remember this. And one thing also you need to remember, that core loss P core equal to V into I omega. That is the in phase component of current, no load current with voltage, and I naught equal to root I omega square plus IH square, or I magnetizing square. So, and also remember, core loss is proportional to volume, right? So what is the volume? Volume of transformer 2 equal to lambda cube times volume of transformer 1, because all the dimensions are scaled by lambda. So you get this concept. So all these informations will be applicable while doing this problem. In the previous slide we showed reluctance 2 is 1 by root 2 reluctance 1. Given scaling factor is root 2. Now what is inductance? It is n square by reluctance, which is equal to n square mu A by LC, length of core and area of core, that is. So if R is 1 by root 2, right, then L is root 2. If L is root 2, reactance is root 2. So X magnetizing 1 and X magnetizing 2 equal to root 2 X magnetizing 1. So L1 equal to n square by R1 and L2 equal to n square by R1 by root 2. So L2 equal to root 2 times L1, that is root 2 times it is coming, so X is root. Coming to the solution, since xm2 equal to root 2 times xm1, so I magnetizing 2 equal to how much? Now V by xm equal to Im. So Im1 equal to V by xm1 and Im1 by Im2 equal to V1 by xm1 into xm2 by V2. You see, V2 is 2 times V1, so V1 by V2 is half. So half into xm2 by xm1. xm2 by xm1 is root. So it is 1 by root 2. So Im2 equal to root 2 Im1. Now we need to find Im1. Im1 can be find out as I naught square minus I omega square root. Now I omega equal to, I told you I omega can be determined by power divided by V. So I omega 1 equal to power 1 by V1. Power, no load power is 55 watt divided by 1 kV. It is coming out to be 0.055 ampere. It will be very low, as I told you R naught is greater than X naught. So much less current will flow, although no load current is very less, 2 to 5% of the full load current. Out of that, the magnetizing component will be much greater. So magnetizing component is root over no load current is given already 0.5 ampere. So my out of that we take the 0.055 square out, and we get I1, that is I magnetizing, right, to be 0.055 0.4969 amperes. So now Im2 is coming out to be root 2 times 0.4969, which is coming out to be 0.702 amperes. Now Im2 is nearly equal to I naught only, but still then we need to find I omega 2, which is, how can we determine I omega 2? I omega 2 can be determined from the fact I told you that core loss increases as volume increases. Now volume is scaled by root 2 whole cube, so it is proportional. So P also equal to root 2 cube into, that is initial power. So P2 equal to root 2 cube P1, which is equal to root 2 cube into 55. So it is coming out around 155.6 watt. So here we find IW2 equal to V2, right? P2 by V2, right? Power by voltage. V2 by V2, which is 155.6 divided by 2000, which is coming around 0.7 amperes. 0.0, which is coming around 0.077 ampere. So I omega 2 is 0.077 ampere. So I magnetizing to I omega 2 you have, out of that you find the I naught for second transformer to be 0.702 square plus 0.077 square whole root. So this is much greater than this, so it will be nearly around 0.7. so actually answer is 0.7 ampere, and this is the current value and this is the power value, right? This is power, no load power for second transformer, and this is no load current for second transformer after the scaling, that is. So 0.7 and 155.6 watts are the answer. So B is the answer.